Happy Tuesday/Friday because it's the last day of the week for this week. Remember, we don't have school tomorrow or Thursday or Friday. A couple of announcements. Announcement number one, book orders are due next Monday. If you are interested in ordering from this last book order for the semester, I don't think we're going to be doing another one in December because it won't get here in time. I've got them. I may pass them out. I'm not sure, but for sure this will probably be one of the last ones. So if you until next after winter break. So if you want to order it now. The deadline is on Monday, so you've got all weekend, the long weekend, to order online, or you can bring money and your form on Monday. There's still catalogs up at the front of the room if you want to grab those. Check those out. There's some really cool books in there. Announcement number two, missing work. You've got to get that missing work turned in as soon as possible. It's silly to wait this long to get some of those assignments done. I understand if you fell behind and you've got one assignment missing, but some of you have peak assignments still out. Get those done as soon as possible. Okay. So remember, today is the day that I'm going to be taking games off of iPads. I will be doing that the last 10 minutes of class, which gives you a couple more minutes to get anything that you want to try to get turned in. What I'll do is everyone with missing work, I'll call you up, and if you've got your work, you need to be able to show it to me right then, and I'll take you off the list. If you don't have it, I'm sorry. You're out of luck. I'm deleting the games from your iPad, and hopefully that will encourage you to get your assignments done so that you can get those games back. Because next Friday, we're going to be doing the exact same thing. I'll be going through and looking at who's got missing work. If you've got all your work turned in, you can get the games back. If you don't have your work turned in, then I'm taking games off. It's as simple as that. Eliminate the distraction if you can't get your work done. So get that work done. All right? Next announcement, your bellwether question today. We're moving past this announcement section. And we're moving into the daily routine today. Today, your bellwether question is I want you to write down, and this time instead of doing it online, you're going to do it in your journal. I want you to write down, Dear Diary, comma, and then tell me what did Jaggery do to Cranach? Okay, we read in chapter 4 what Jaggery did to Cranach. You might need to look in the book again if you can't remember. It was towards the end of the chapter. But what did Jaggery do to Cranach, and why did he do it? And you're writing it from Charlotte's perspective. So, Dear Diary, today I heard the most terrifying story from Zachariah. He says that Captain Jaggery did this to Cranach because Cranach didn't do something right. Okay? So, write that down. Write Sincerely Charlotte. Because you're going to be turning that journal in. You have chapter 2 done, chapter 3 done, and the one from this morning. So you should have 3 entries in there. If you're not done with those, the next step after you're done with the bell work is you're actually going to start working on that. Okay, get that done. We also have a new blog post today. So today's kind of a catch-up day, plus you've got a new blog post. Blog post number 5. Blog post number 5 is different than the ones in. This is what's going to be more of the routine from now on. For blog post number 5, you are going to be looking at a list of questions. I'm going to print off a list of questions for you to look at, and I want you to choose a couple of them. It needs to be at least 10 sentences long, but this time you're going to have more flexibility. You can tell me a little bit about one of the characters. Who's your favorite character? Who's your least favorite character? Think about what you would want to read about. What would be interesting to you, what you'd like to describe. For example, in my book, I would probably describe the characters, because that's one of the things that I like the best about this book is the characters are so interesting and funny. So I would describe some of the characters and who's my favorites. There's also a couple that aren't my favorites, but when they aren't my favorites, it's not because they're mean. I have some favorite characters that are mean, because that's their job, is to be the mean villain, and sometimes villains can be really entertaining. However, I don't like characters when they're boring, so I would describe maybe some of the boring characters. Okay, be a favorite part, or you could just describe your reading process. Maybe right now you're really struggling to sit down and read every day, so maybe you describe that. Or maybe you got so hooked on your book, you want to write about the time last weekend where you stayed up until 2 a.m. reading your book because it was just so good. Okay? So look at the list of questions, work on that. There's a checklist on Google Classroom of what you're supposed to work on today. You have the entire time to work. This is not a music day, however. No music, okay? But I do want you to make sure you get to work. You know what? Scratch that. If you are caught up and you do not have missing assignments, you are allowed to listen to music today. Hopefully you're listening to the end of these announcements so you hear that. If you have all of your assignments turned in, you are allowed to listen to music while you work because you've shown me that you can work and get stuff done. So that's it for today. Until next time, be awesome.